My favorite makeup brush using with cream foundation. Starting with the foundation shade called the highlight, using the blending brush. The highlight color that I'm using is a little bit lighter than I normally use, but because the brush that I'm using, I want to airbrush my skin using this color to make it brighter. This evens out my skin tone. This is a second color. This color I'm going to use as a color corrector, using the small end of the double-ended brush to make sure it's nice and sheer underneath my eyes and in place of color correcting. This brush can achieve that because it's light and fluffy. Now I'm going to switch to the contour shade. Keep in mind these are all cream products. Now I'm using the same brush on the small end and using this color as more as warmth and a little added dimension into areas where I want a little more structure. Keeping it nice and light and using it to color my skin instead of applying product and blending. This brush helps me to keep control of how much product I have on my skin. Minimal is the game, and that's the one I like to play. I'm going to use a warm bronzer. And since my first color, which toned my skin and made it brighter, this is going to add the warmth that I need. And again, using the same brush on the fluffy end. Now let's add a little bit of flush with a cheek color. Same brush, using the fluffy end. And because it's cream, look how it blends in with the bronzer and the contour and the highlight, giving me a natural flush. Using the same brush, I am going to stipple in all the areas where I have the color to make sure it's nice and sheer. This helps minimize creasing. Going a little extra using an Illuminator, applying it into all areas when I want a little bit of glow. And again, this is a cream. On my second layer of my compact, I'm going to use all my powders. This powder is triple milled, works very lightly, and just applying it in little small areas with a powdered brush. Now I'm moving to a cream eyeshadow for brows using the line brush. And as you can see, this is all fitting into one compact. Now let's move on to eyeshadow. This is a powder called Butterscotch, and using the eyeshadow brush. Fluffy end just above the brow to add a little bit of structure and warmth. These eyeshadows are very pigmented, so it takes very little. Then the small end to the bottom lash line. Second eyeshadow, again, is a matte. This is Pomegranate, using the small end of the brush, and I'm going to tap it into my top lash line and then smooth it out. Flip the brush over to the fluffy end and do a little blending. Using my finger to tap and blend there at the brow bone. Now I'm going to finish my lips. I'm going to use the contour and a brush called the Multitasker, using the contour to do a little bit of overlining, and the same color on my cheeks as on my lips. A little mascara, all done using this blending brush. Also use the powdered brush, the eyeshadow brush, the Multitasker, and the line brush. Everything fitting into one compact. I can customize one of these just for you. Go to this website and I can match you.